free. Okay, free money. And the Senate, the House of Representatives just passed something that the Senate's going to approve probably more than likely next week, where they're going to change the conditions of the PPP program. Okay, the payroll protection plan, I think that's what it's called, and where you're able to now, there's going to be whole new conditions. It's going to make it a lot easier to get more money. There's going to be an extra row of money coming into the marketplace. It's all over. The governments are preparing for the second wave. Okay, whether you believe it or you don't, there's going to be a second economical wave. I don't know about coronavirus and if there's going to be a second wave of that. I have no idea, but there's going to be a second financial wave that is going to need to be resolved. So hoping this can get you prepped, but also I want you to think from your own personal perspective, but also from a business point of view. There's a lot of places you can get money. I want to show you some of those places right now. Now, the first place I'm going to show you, I want you to be aware of something. You're going to see the UK show up, and that's just because of my location, guys. Okay, start here. This is called Funding Circle. Funding Circle. Now, I know you're probably seeing British pounds. You're like, Nathan, I'm USD or I'm whatever currency. That's okay. That's just because of my location. Okay, it's connecting to the UK servers. However, this is a United States company. I have used this company before for business loans, and you can get up to $250,000. Actually, in the United States, you can get up to $500,000. Okay, I knew it. I knew my daughter was going to call me. I just had this feeling, and she's going to keep calling me. I'll call her right after the show. I love it. I love that my kids all have iPads and they all have their iPhone, their iCloud accounts and all that stuff. I love it. It's just, I love what Apple does. All right, so guys, let's rewind here. Funding Circle, even though it says from the UK, in the United States they do up to 500,000. In the UK, looks like they do up to 250,000. I have used this company before. They're actually very good, very thorough. If you talk to someone on the phone, more than likely you might talk to someone in the UK. All right. However, because they are based out of the United Kingdom. However, they might have people in the United States now. I'm just not sure. One of the things that you're really going to like about them is nothing to pay for 12 months. This is based on the coronavirus loans, okay? You don't have to pay anything for the 12 months. No upfront fees or settlement fees. Rates are really low. For example, I just got approved just the other, like a week ago, for a rate of 1.8%, $100,000. Yeah, and that's not even with this company, but I'm telling you this with coronavirus funding. And I'll share with you, just wait on 1 second, I'll share with you what's happening with that. So decision typically in 24 hours. Now with Funding Circle, I've gotten much more money from them, and this is based on the coronavirus. So if you can see right here, coronavirus loans for small business, that's these terms and conditions, okay? Just want to make that clear because we're having multiple things happening right now with coronavirus. There's a lot of opportunity here, okay? So this will change. If you look up Funding Circle, this will change on your side, and maybe the terms and conditions will be a little bit different, but you can definitely get some great rates and right now with what's happening in the government. Next one I want to introduce you to, you might be familiar with, is Kabbage, Kabbage.com. Great company, great resource. I've used them personally, and also my clients have used this like a lot. I have a bunch of clients that have used this, that have gotten funding for their business. They love it. It's simple, it's understandable, and they also have, if you need the PPP program, the Paycheck Protection Program, you can also get through this. It comes from the SBA, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit, but you can apply for it right through Kabbage. Kabbage also does business loans, okay? They also do business loans. And again, there's the coronavirus one. Okay, this is still the coronavirus. There's a lot of coronavirus stuff here, obviously, right now, guys. But listen, I want to bring up a point. Let me tell you something. What's really important right now is you got to understand that, excuse me, with the coronavirus, you have the opportunity with these programs. A lot of this money you're not going to have to pay back. With the new bill that's being passed, they're going to adjust the PPP program so that you don't have to pay it back. What does this mean for you? That means if you are running a business, any kind of business, you have a business, then you can pretty much, don't lock me in stone for this, but most of that money is going to be grant money. Okay. Before they said you have to pay it back or you have to retain your employees, or you're going to have to pay it back after 1 year. There's going to be a lot of forgiveness programs going on, especially with the new bill that's passing next week. Okay. Go apply now, because there's only so many funds. Okay. There's only so much free money that's coming out. All right. So get in line, because if you don't get in line now, if you wait, then your application is going to be pushed, you're going to be further behind everyone, because people are lining up right now. Does that make sense? So don't wait. Don't wait until, oh, the money's there. No, because there's a bunch of people in line in front of you. Does that make sense? So go now and start this for your own business. Some people say, oh, but Nathan, I'm not on payroll in my company. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need to, maybe you're not a W-2 on your own company. That's okay. Still go apply. If you're taking dividends or whatever you're doing in your business, that's okay. Just go get in line and get access to the free money. Does that make sense? All right. So Kabbage is another great resource. I know there's a lot of words on here right now, and there's a lot of things specifically for the PPP program, because these companies are heavily promoting this PPP program because it's a great program. Low interest rates, and it just produces more, more revenue for these companies as well to promote it. Okay. And the good thing is the government has told the lenders, bankers, lenders, to say, listen, don't give a lot of pushback to the borrowers. Just give them the money. Go through the steps and give them the money. Before, when it was first coming out, there was a lot of pushback in the government. I think President Trump made an announcement like, hey, stop it. Just give them the money. It was either that or the Secretary of Treasury or something like that. So here's another great resource. And a lot of my clients have used Kabbage, and I have some clients, I think, that have over $1 million in credit lines from Kabbage. Some have 500,000, some have 300,000. Great resource. They do very well. They came up really quickly because they're a strong firm and they do good stuff. So that's another company I wanted to introduce you to. Next is PayPal. I don't know if you know this, but PayPal also has recently, in the past 5 years, I think, or so, if I recall correctly, has also become a capital lender. So you may be using PayPal in your business right now. If you're using PayPal, maybe you're not. It's okay. Either way, you could still go and get funding through them for the coronavirus funds that are available. Apply for the PPP program. You can get a small business loan, and they attach all payments to your PayPal account. So maybe you're thinking, oh, I don't have a PayPal account. It's okay. You can get a PayPal account, and you can still apply for these programs through PayPal. PayPal is a lender, so the government and the SBA is working with these lenders to push the money into the marketplace. Does that make sense? So be sure and mindful to take action on that. But PayPal is another great resource. I have worked with PayPal already in the past. All different kinds of amounts. I've done $50,000 amounts. I've done $100,000 amounts with PayPal. And here's the great thing, guys. I've gotten loans with PayPal to buy property. They're usually like 1 year loans. Excuse me. Sometimes they're like 1 year loans with 0 interest. So literally I could take like 100,000 or 80,000, could use that money. I could use it for a few properties, right? You could be 2 properties or 3 properties, 0 interest, and boom, I'm done, right? So that's on property, guys. If you need money for marketing, if you need money to start your business, then, treat your business like a business. Guys, let me make another point that I was trying to make earlier about bootstrapping your company. When I first got started, I used to take my own cash and I used to put it into the business. Then I learned about raising capital, and I told you about my story, how I raised money for my company. And ever since that first raise, that $10,000, I never like to bootstrap my company anymore. Unless if I loan my own company money, I'm getting paid back with 10% interest. Yes, I am a very expensive lender to myself, So, excuse me. So, but moving forward, any other company or venture that I start, even for real estate, when I raise funds, I'm either using sources like this, I call these institutional lenders, or I use private money. Now, private money is my favorite because with institutional lenders, Not particularly right now because of coronavirus. There's a lot of free money that's pumping into the marketplace, but like before COVID, so BC, so before COVID, private money lenders is all super easy compared to institutional lenders. It's like if you go to a bank to get a signature loan is where you can get an unsecured line of credit from a local bank. It could be like $10,000 or $20,000. It's usually like $10,000 where they don't take any assets, no security. They'll just give you $10,000 as, a personal line of credit. That's about it though. That's about it. So with private money, you can raise as much as you need to for deals. I just raised another $100,000 on Wednesday from another private money lender. That was $100,000 for one deal. I've told you guys before, my other deals I raised over $1 million for. I got another fund coming up towards the end of the year. That's going to be another $1.3 million. So I like private money a lot better because I can set the terms and conditions, right? And I can do good for my clients. And even people invest with me. And what's most important when I don't want to make this conversation too deep here, but one of the things that when people even lend with me, that means they lend their money to one of my funding companies. When they lend money to my funding company, I am responsible as fiduciary responsibility to help them get money on their money. All right, that's a lot for one topic, but I wanted just to share with you that there's money in the marketplace. You shouldn't personally use your own money to start your business because it makes you think like you're always thinking like, oh, how much is in my checking account? And that's not really good. That's not good to think that way, especially if you're in real estate, because after a while, let me tell you something really quick, guys. In real estate, right? Some people want to break into real estate, but I don't have enough money. I don't have enough, I need more cash. I need more capital. Well, the reality is if there was $100,000 in your checking account right now, and you were like, okay, I'm going to get into real estate, you're going to go spend like that $100,000 either on one property or like 2 small properties. All right. And then you're done. Well, is that it? You're done with real estate? Right? Okay, let's take that up a little higher. Let's add a few zeros. Let's put $1 million. And then, okay, you may spend it on one property, or you may spend it on like 10 properties. And then guess what? You're done. You could blow $1 million in real estate like pretty quickly. Okay. And then you're done. Then what? Okay, let's pretend. Let's add $10 million. Hey, you may buy one property with that 10 million, or you may buy 2 properties, or heck, you may buy a crap load of small little properties with $10 million. But then after that $10 million is done, it's done. Does that make sense? What my point is that you're always going to be capped out. You're always going to run out of money if you're in real estate. So you have to get good at raising money. If you want to build a bigger portfolio, if you want to build a portfolio of real estate, if you want to have over 100 units, 200 units, or you want to build a portfolio of a bunch of rentals, single family rentals, house, which I don't recommend, but a bunch of, multifamily rentals, self-storage, you need to raise funds for your deals. OPM, other people's money based on OPE, other people's effort. So that is how you want to do it if you're going to build a big real estate company. Guys, I might be speaking a little bit too deep for some of you, but that's okay. Bear with me. Let's get back to the funding sources here, and then we'll continue to move forward, okay? All right, the next thing is the SBA. The SBA right now, well, hold on, let me unpin this, sorry. The SBA right now is, like I said, they've always been giving out money. Today, because of COVID, it's going to seem like they're giving out a lot of money through all these funding programs, and there are, but keep in mind that the SBA is the source of distributing and making a lot of this stuff happen. There's a lot of crisis money that the SBA is giving out as well. So you can also apply for those also. All you have to do is go to sba.gov. You go here, you click learn more on the big red button, and then you scroll down and you're gonna see, not Spaniel, hold on, unless you need Spaniel. Then you go to funding options. Where is that button that I just saw? Right here. No, where'd you go? Right here, sorry. You go here to COVID relief funding options, and then you have about 4 options here that you could choose from. The PPP program, which is the most popular, which has the most funding. You could get the $10,000 of economic relief. This is based on how many employees or staff you have in your company. So you can put as many as you need. Based on your company. And then there's also, if you worked with the SBA before, you can get an express quick loan for $25K. And then there is the, I can't see it, SBA debt relief. So there's a bunch of different things there. More importantly, there's actually if you work with the SBA, they do funding for real estate. There's a lot of programs that they offer for real estate investors. But what's super important is if you have a closer relationship with the SBA, is you need to have, what did I mention in the beginning? Do you remember? A business plan. You need to have a business plan. So let me take you back to that story that I was telling you about when I did my own business plan. I got denied so many times, but then I went to score.org. I went to score.org. This is also like a branch of SBA. What score.org does is they help find you a mentor. They help find you a mentor. This is someone who's been in business before. They have, and this is all over the country, by the way. You just, tell them what zip code you're in, and they'll find you a local branch. You go to that local branch and you meet with your mentor. That mentor is someone who has experience in business, and you go there. You can just talk, have a consultation, ask them questions. Most importantly, a business plan. I'll tell you what, business plan is super important for your business, especially if you're raising funds, especially if you're getting into real estate and you're raising funds for real estate deals. You need the business plan. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult. I just had this conversation like 2-3 weeks ago with someone that we were saying, it was one of my clients, and we were talking about having a business plan and all that stuff. And guys, I'm sorry, I'm so limited on time today. It's like back-to-back meetings. But one of the things, that's why I'm speaking so fast today also, sorry. But one of the things that I was sharing is about having a business plan, and this new project that I have going on here. What did I need? A business plan. That's right, I need another business plan. Well, guess what? I don't know how to write Portuguese, but I knew the data, right? I knew all the data, so I had to compile all the data. I got my accountant, got me some of the data. Got my business partner, got me some of the data. And I took all that data and I moved it to someone who's Portuguese, who writes business plans. The thing cost me about 750 euros. It's expensive. Probably one of the most expensive business plans I've ever paid for. But I needed it done, and it's a big project, so gotta make it happen. Boom. Business plan. Can you hear me? I'm gonna say it again. Business plan. You need a business plan, okay? That's gonna really help you in raising money. People are gonna look for that. It's sometimes with a lot of these loans that I just recommended, it's not always required. I wanna make that clear though. It's important to have. If you have one, if you have a business plan, then gosh, more kudos to you. Lenders will come. Well, they'll come to you first. They really will. They'll be like, oh, this guy's organized. This person's organized. We like this business plan, right? But right now, because the way COVID's happening, a lot of these companies, it doesn't mean you need to, these lending companies, doesn't mean you have to have a business plan. They're not going to ask for it right now with COVID, especially if you want, one of the economic relief funds. They're not going to ask for a business plan. But in the future, or as you're building your real estate business, you're going to want a business plan. If you want to get $500,000, $200,000, sometimes even over $100,000, depending on who the lender is. Sometimes they won't just do it on credit. But if you want a solid loan amount, $100,000 plus, you're going to need a business plan. Even if you're raising private capital for real estate, you're going to want a business plan. It just makes it much more serious. People take you more seriously. Looks like you got your stuff together and all that good stuff.
So I was